evening. It's welcome to episode 3 of Three Sisters Knit Yarn Podcast. Everything to do with knitting and yarn and lots of fun stuff.
Yes.
So, at least we think so. Anyways, I'm Sheila.
And I'm Margaret. We're sisters, 2 of the 3 sisters. If you want to understand how we came up with our name, if you want to see our episode 1, we go into how we got our name. And,
a bit more detail.
Yeah, so it's the 2 of us doing this podcast together. And so first we wanted to say welcome back to our subscribers. We really cannot believe how many people have decided that they want to subscribe to us.
They actually want to see us. It's like, they like us. They really like us.
So we are very delighted that everybody has, everybody who has subscribed has chosen to do that with us. That's amazing. And we also want to say welcome to any new viewers. We really appreciate you stopping by. We hope that you enjoy the podcast. This is episode 3, so not a lot to catch up on, but if you want to go back and look at our first 2, just look for TSK episodes 1 and 2. And yeah, so welcome and thank you for stopping by.
Yeah. So we just came back. It's Wednesday, July 20th. We record every 2 weeks because our knit night is Wednesdays every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
So we just came back from our knit night. So we're all raring to go because there's so much inspiration at knit night with all the different ladies and the conversations and everybody showing their finished projects and what they're working on. So it's so much fun.
Yeah, I have to say, one of the things I really love is that you see people working on things and you get excited and everybody talks about what pattern they're working on. But then the other great thing is that people bring in when they're finished, you get to see them wearing what they've been working on for a while, and which just gets you all really excited about doing something as well. And even while we're there, people are on their phones looking at Ravelry. Oh, which pattern is that? And they're looking for it on Ravelry. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're everybody's inspiring everybody else, and that just makes it so nice.
Yes,
we just really like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, why don't we get started with our finished objects? So
I'm going to start.
Yes, you start.
I'm going to start because I'm really excited.
Yes.
So I'm wearing my finished object from last week. You remember I was working on the workday scarf. So I did this in the Zen Yarn Garden truffle colorway. It's the Serenity Silk. It's a single ply, and I really like it. It's such a pretty pattern. You may have seen I have been posting photos of it on Instagram, and which I guess we should say, you can find us on Instagram as Three Sisters Knit. I have a personal Instagram account that I'm not on as often, but if you are interested, and it's kind of to my yoga and photography. She likes to take pictures. And mindfulness and those sorts of things. Sort of my personal life. That is, you can find me there as Magpie60. That's MAGPI 60. And we're on Pinterest. As you can search Three Sisters Knit. We have a Facebook page, but a lot of that is just stuff from Instagram going into Facebook as well. And we have an Etsy shop. Actually, that's something we should talk about a little bit more, is that often our finished objects end up in our Etsy shop. I don't know about this one. This one is actually quite pretty. I quite like it. This one here is the workday scarf, which I talked about in the last episode, and I had been starting working on it. I love it because you start at one end, and then you just sort of increase to the widest part, and then you start on the decreases, and it's garter stitch with this really simple every 8 rows. Little lace bit, really pretty. And this is a Zen Yarn Garden, and it's a colorway called Truffle. I just love this. I think
It's so soft.
It's so soft because it's merino, cashmere, and silk. So it's super soft.
Yes.
And it's just, with this pattern, you really get to see the nice variegations in this colorway. It's very tonal.
Yes.
I love a tonal yarn. And when you get a really pretty, simple pattern like this, and you just shows it
right
off.
Yes.
And I purposely wore this particular shirt because it has no collar. It's a linen shirt. It has no collar, so you can wear it, and it shows off
almost.
Yeah, it shows off the nice little edging.
Yes.
And yeah, you can really see the pretty colors. And I think this sort of brownish coppery color looks amazing with a pale blue. And so that's why I wore it with this shirt. So I'm thrilled with this. I'm actually going to take it off because I just think
it's warm.
Well, it's not just that it's warm. It's warm enough, but I just wanted to give a nice, so you can see how wonderful it looks. It's so pretty. You can see the tonal colors, and you can see the pretty pattern. The eyelet. It's really, really pretty.
Yes.
So, anyway, I'm going to keep wearing it.
Okay. That's really nice. So that's your finished object.
That's my
finished object, which we did quickly put up on on our Instagram, is my pure joy.
It's so pretty. So pretty. Oh my gosh, it's so nice.
And it's so big. It's so long. Huge. I haven't measured it, but I know the pattern actually says it can be like 84 inches long.
Yeah.
So this is the Pure Joy by Joji Locatelli, and it's for the Grocery Girls Joji Along for this summer.
Yeah.
The yarns that I used were Indigo Dragonfly. And the blue colorway is called TARDIS, and the variegated colorway is called Planned Parrothood.
Yeah, definitely looks like a toucan or a parrot.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of looking like the blue is sort of paler looking than it's
actually more
of a medium blue,
almost purpley blue.
Yeah, it's a little bit darker.
This one is actually. I know my sister-in-law says, "Oh, I really like that." Like when I was knitting it. So who knows? I may keep it. I may make her another one. But I know I'm making another one anyway. So if she likes this one, I'll give this one to her. But if she wants the other one, which I'm making in black and pink, which I haven't started yet, she can have that one. Yeah. If not, if she finds other yarns that she likes, she can have that. I'll do that for her.
It's such a fun pattern to make. Like it's
pretty flies off your needles. It's just garter stitch, and you learn this new wrap and turn.
Yes, short rows.
Short rows. Oh, it just flies by.
Yeah, and that's how you end up with the nice wedges.
Yeah,
and yeah, a lot of people are participating in the Grocery Girls summer Joji Along.
Yes.
And so we're seeing on Instagram all the people posting photos of their finished. A lot of people are doing this Pure Joy shawl. It's just because it's very appealing to look at.
Yes.
And it's two
in
colors.
In the picture of it, they show it using a speckled yarn with a solid at the base. But with the variegated yarn, it was just that color. It was too much, so that's why I reversed it and did the solid with the variegated at the bottom. And I really, really like it. My mother-in-law even really liked it.
Yes,
so she just loved it. And the yarn is it's the Indigo Dragonfly Mergoat, which is 80% merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. So it's like so soft and squishy. You just want to, it just feels so nice. So that's really, and I have worn it a couple times, but if my sister-in-law wants it, I'll wash it and get it all ready for her so that it can be hers.
Yes.
I'm okay to let her have it because I know she'll take care of it.
Yes, yes.
So, but that's it. That's really all the finished objects that we have. It's not really a lot. So
yeah. So do you want to go talk about whips then?
Yeah, our whips. What we're working on. We're working on a few more whips than we finished this week. Yes, that's for sure.
Yeah. So if you watched the previous episode, you know I started working on this same Pure Joy shawl that Sheila finished. I loved working on it. I loved the pattern. It's very, very, as Sheila said, it's very simple. It kind of flies through. It's really easy.
It's great for
and it looks and it's
knitting.
just so pretty. Yeah,
if there's a lot of stuff going around and just for knitting, it's very good for
that. It's really good. But I wasn't happy with the colors. My color choices. I didn't think it was working the way I wanted to. They were actually too similar. And I wanted to give a kind of a shout out to Ramona, who I met at the Sticks Plus Twine movie night. When I was showing my colors and saying how I wasn't happy with it, she suggested to me knitting up a little swatch and then like taking photos in the black and white mode on my phone, and then it should show the tonal variations more. And if there isn't a lot of variation in the grays of a black and white photo, then that's a good way to tell that that it's not different enough to really show off the pattern the way it should be shown off. So I did that, and I did post a photo, kind of a side-by-side of in color and in black and white. And I was really happy with, like, that's a brilliant solution. So I wanted to say to Ramona, like, that was awesome. So I'm going to keep that in mind for the future if I run into something, a similar problem.
It's a great idea.
So I wanted to share that with people because I thought, if you're ever concerned about your colorways and if it's something that you want to stand out, that's a really great, easy solution to figure out if it's going to work for you or not. So I did that, decided that I didn't think there was enough difference, and so I switched out my colors. So this is why I wanted to talk to you about. This is kind of what I thought. If you remember, I said I had something in mind that I thought I was going to do, and so this is what I was doing. So what I'm working on is the Pure Joy shawl, but I decided to do mine in. Again, it's actually very similar. It's the same colorway. It's from Zen Yarn Garden, but it's this is the Serenity Silk Plus. So this is actually applied yarn, whereas this one here was a single. So this is, again, it's lovely. Same thing. The merino cashmere silk blend. In the truffle colorway, and then I'm doing my my contrasting rose in this gorgeous, I showed it as the skein last time. This is the copper and zinc from Riverwood. Is that what I said it was? Riverwood, Riverstone?
No, Riverstone, I think it is.
Anyway, I had both of these yarns sitting in my various drawers that I keep my yarn in, but I didn't have them side by side. And then when I was trying to figure out what to do with this shawl, I happened to go looking through my, Riverside Studio. They're from Quebec. And I happened to go through and take a look at my yarns and put them side by side, and I thought, oh my gosh, they work really well together. So that is what I kind of had in mind, and I am just loving the way it's turning out. Same thing again, there's a lot of this sort of kind of, I don't know if you can see it there, bluish sorts of colors, and orangey, and then a bit of a yellowy pale, and then goes to white, and then there's even a really dark chocolate brown in the variegated one that's the contrast, and it just is so pretty. I'm really happy with it. So I just started on, so that's the top, so I just started on wedge 4 tonight at knit night. So
you can see it a little more down here.
Yeah, so I'm just starting there. So I'm going to put my little doohickey marker here. And I'm actually hoping that in 2 weeks this is going to be finished. I don't really want to be sitting on this because it's just too pretty. But yes, that's where I am on this one. And
it's great. With the short rows, you can pick up and just do
a few,
especially if you're right at the beginning of doing them, because they are short and you feel like you get a lot done. You're getting
lots of rows done.
Yes.
So anyway, I'm really thrilled with the way that one's turning out. So that was my solution for that project. So that's my whip. I think that's really the only one I have.
Yes, I have several. I do. I have several.
I'm the monogamous
I always have several. This is one that I'm starting. I have done this one already, but I saw this acrylic yarn years and years ago that I really liked, and I have done it in that. But this one I am doing the Conundrum Scarflet by Haley Ford, and I am doing it in a turtle pearl, silk and baby bamboo, or something like that. And this is it's so along the same lines as yours, but the eyelets are a little different.
Yeah, it's a little bit more detailed.
So this is a turtle pearl yarn. It's baby boo or something, I think, because it's baby bamboo and some silk in a lace weight. So this is the rough pattern. And it looks very, very nice in a variegated yarn. It looks so, so nice in a yarn or a gradient yarn. It looks so nice.
That would be really nice.
Well, the original one I did that was the acrylic yarn. It was a gradient. And it's quite nice. It went from basically, it had a cream gray into a purple, into sort of a heathery gray purple, and sort of combined all of it. It looked nice. Even though it was acrylic, it looked very nice. And it is one that
it's a really pretty pattern.
It is. It's very simple. It's a great knit night pattern because there really isn't a lot. As long as you just keep track of which row you're on, that's nothing, because it's so simple. Everything you do is those last 4 stitches on one side. So
and that was how this is as well. It's great to work on something like that. As I said, knit night. One of the things that Sheila and I both do is when we're watching other knitting podcasts is we will be knitting away, and we can listen to everybody talking
until they start to show stuff, and then you go, okay,
you start watching.
You put it down and you start watching.
Yeah. So they're great. These projects are just great for that.
Yes, they are. And another one which you may have seen a little bit of in my on our Instagram is I am making another pair of the Hermione's Everyday Socks. So I'm just turning the heel on one, and yes, I'm doing 2 at a time, and it's sort of driving me crazy with how mixed up everything's becoming. But I do the heels separately, and then like 1 at a time, and then once they join up, then I do them. But this is the colorways.
It's so pretty.
The cuff, heels, and toes are in the Georgian Bay Fibers One of a Kind Butternut is what it's called. This one, it didn't have a colorway. It's the Kedazzle by Fleece Artist. Fleece Artist called Kedazzle. It's got some mohair and other stuff. Where did my thing go?
Yeah,
I have it here. Okay, merino, 70% merino, 20% kid, 10% nylon.
Oh my god, it's soft but sturdy. It's really nice.
Yes.
And it's funny because when I first saw this, it caked up, I remember thinking, I don't know if I would put them together, but you can actually see some of the colors really go nicely.
Yeah, I think, and it's showing very yellow gold here, but it's a much warmer,
more golden brown.
Than yellow
which is
gold.
Sort of where these are as well. Like the blue isn't quite as deep as it could be.
Yeah, because this goes from like blue to a charcoal to a bit of purple, that sort of pinky red, and the gold in that. So it's quite nice, but they're knitting up. They're for my son's girlfriend. So that's project whip number 2.
Yes.
That I'm working on.
Really nice. I really like that. Yeah. I gotta start learning how to knit socks. I've done pedicure socks and that, but I've never done like a full sock with the proper heel and toe and everything.
And then for my friend, I think I showed you the hat last week. This is the pattern, Serdar. It's the baby layette set. I am making, oh, let me go to, that is the jacket. It's called the pram coat.
Oh, yes.
So I'm making that right now. And this pattern's from 1969. But this
almost as old as we are.
Yes, almost, yeah. Not quite.
Not
almost.
Quite.
We're older than it.
Yeah.
But this is what I have done so far.
It's really cute.
I know, it's hard to see the white, but there's the, it's all seed stitch.
Across,
or moss stitch, however you want to call it. But, and also up either end, it also has it, and that's for, double buttons up here. It's almost like double breasted, so the moss stitch overlaps on the front when you do it up.
Okay, keep the baby's chest warm.
Yes, and from the picture, I thought the whole thing was seed stitch, but in reading the pattern, this is just stocking stitch. So it's just
a bit boring.
Well, I just thought great because I was thinking moss stitch the whole thing because I'm making this for a friend, for her great granddaughter. So that's that project. And then one last one, because I have projects that sit around. This is called the Candle Flame Shawl, and it's by Dean Crane. This is the pattern.
That's so funny. That's like the actor that played Superman. His name was Dean Cain.
Yeah, this is Dean Crane. Or maybe it's Deanne. It's just a female. I don't know if it's a male or female, but it could be Dean or Deanne, but it's just D-E-A-N, which is Dean to me.
Yeah.
Anyways, I am doing it in a diamond. So it's a alpaca. And it's got speckles. It sparkles. You can see the spark. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, there you can see some of them there. And it's actually a much more gray blue than that.
Yeah.
But the one thing I like about this project, that's this one side.
That's the front.
Look at the back. How cool is that? That certainly isn't. Sorry, I'm blocking you.
That's
but
okay.
Sometimes it's the only way that works. It's just as interesting.
It has these sort of bubble effects.
I know. I think that looks cool. Which, if you wanted to be a little funkier, you could wear it that way. But if you wanted to be a little more maybe elegant and classic, you could wear it that way. But it's so warm and so soft and just thick. It's just, I love it. Thick. Because I'm using, for Christmas, my husband bought me a couple, the cubics. I got a set of the Knitter's Pride cubics, and I love them. They are great. These are this is on a 6mm. Wow. Yeah, so it's nice. It doesn't knit something nice. 6mm, like, yes, it's just like, oh yeah, this knitting's fine. But I love the cubics. I just wish they had a little bit of a pointier tip.
Yeah, I was going to say,
you'll see the tip's not very
pointy at all.
That's my only issue with them. I wish they were a little, but I love working with them. Everything just slides on and off them so easily, and I find that it really does help a lot with the knitting as well.
What do you think of the way it joins here? It seems really smooth.
This one is fine. Some of them, you know, I think it's as with anyone. Sometimes you get one that maybe it's just not as effective, and it just, you know, like maybe there's just like the slightest little issue with it, but I haven't had any problem with this one. I have with the sock one. I find it seems to want to catch a little bit, and it's a Knitter's Pride too, I believe, and it just but you know what, and it's the complete string. It's not a joined one. It's the 100 cent for the magic loop, and it just doesn't want to see, it just doesn't feel right sometimes. I worry about it, but I try to be very careful. So yeah, so that, I think I may just keep that for me. I love it. It's just so, or else I'll give it to maybe I'll give it to my mother-in-law.
Keep that pattern with it.
Yeah. So, but that's that. That's all my works in progress that I'm telling you about.
So, want to talk about, we want to do our session on Stash Buster.
Oh, do your stash busting. Margaret has a question to put out there for everyone.
Yes. So, I have this stunningly beautiful yarn that I got at, I think I got it at the Frolic. So it's
this year or last year?
Yeah, I think it's
15.
No, I think it's this year.
Okay, 2016.
So this is Silk Jewel beaded mulberry silk. Now it looks really dull there.
Oh, but you can see there's a little bead.
Yes, you can see it's actually
little
got
clear
like these little
beads.
clear beads.
This I can see some beads right here. There's a whole bunch right here. Hold on. See, you can see them there.
All the little beads in there. So this is 100% mulberry silk, which is incredibly soft. It looks like it's a single.
And it looks so pastel in the pit with the way it's showing, but oh my gosh, it's so much more vibrant than that. Much deeper hues for sure.
And so it says that it is 100 grams, 240 meters or 263 yards, dyed and packaged in Canada by Sweater Kits. I did a, there we go. Let's see if I can move my hands around so you can read it.
Yeah. Turn it around.
And then this is what it says. It is right there. We go.
Yeah.
I bought some other silk from Sweater Kits and made myself a little sort of scarflet thing.
Yeah.
That I thought was really pretty. She did, and it came with a pattern that she had designed to go with. It was a gradient, and it turned out really pretty. And then when I saw this, I adore these colors. They are really much brighter than they look here. But they are like really bright pink and orange and green, very vibrant.
Some yellow in there,
a little bit of yellow
brown,
color.
And sort of a purpley, and a cherry, sort of almost a cherry, pinky red.
Yeah, so it's, anyway,
lovely.
They're such pretty colors. I was thinking of maybe making another shawl like this, because these are my colors. But I'm not 100% sure. Like, I don't know how it would turn out with the bead. But I just think because of such colors, it really needs to be something simple. And it's only 240 meters or something, 263 yards. So it's not going to make anything particularly large.
240 yards.
So, anyway, what do you think? Do you like the idea of doing another one of these in this? I think I might do a little swatch just so everybody can take a look at it and see what you think.
That'd be a good idea.
And then just because I want to see, I guess one of the things I'm curious about is if I were wearing it around my neck and there were those beads, would the beads be kind of scratchy? Anyway, and if you have worked with something that's beaded or created, because I know you can actually knit and add beads as you're going. Some patterns, that's what they suggest you do. I'd be curious to see how you feel about that, because perhaps what I need to do is get a solid and do, for example, another Pure Joy shawl or something where this would be along the bottom edge, so it doesn't actually necessarily cut and, go touch your throat or anything. But I think I might do a little swatch in garter stitch just to see how this turns out. And ask if anybody has ever worked with something that's come already beaded. I'm kind of curious about that. Yeah. And what did you end up making with it? And have you liked what you ended up with? Or, yeah, I'd love to hear from people about that. So that's my stash busting for now. And
I don't have any right now for stash. Not that I'm considering at this moment. I do have a lot of stash I can bust.
Yeah.
But I'm working on stuff. I just want to wait till I finish working on some stuff, and then I'll go through some of my stash.
Yes.
So,
well, I mean, I'm really proud of myself because my Pure Joy shawl that I'm actually knitting is kind of a stash busting situation as well, which is awesome. Well, mine
will be too when I get on the next one.
On the next one, yeah.
Well, that one was. I bought this yarn at the 2015 Frolic.
Yeah.
So I'd had it for over a year before I started it.
The Indigo Dragonfly that I was originally going to use for my Pure Joy, I've decided that I am going to make myself the pendulum shawl. Actually, Arlene, one of our Knit Night friends. I think she had, if not the exact same color, the variegated one, I think she got the same color as I had. But then the other color, the solid, she had a slightly different color. But she's the one that I saw. She had made this pendulum shawl, and I thought it was beautiful. And so I was talking to her about it tonight, and she said, yeah, you'll have enough to make that. It'll turn out fine. So I'm definitely going to do that one. Yeah. Probably, again, for myself, because it's so pretty. Yeah. So yeah, that'll be, eventually I'm hoping I'll share that as a whip at some point in the future.
If she gets it done.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. But so now that you're working. But now we can go on to acquisitions. Not that we've been shopping this week, not too terribly much anyways.
Well,
a little bit.
We have been.
That was last week. We shopped last week, but we didn't really shop this week.
Well,
okay. I just got it. Anyways.
So we were delighted to discover that a lot of our favorite Etsy shops, who were Canadian, were going back online, opening up their shops again. We haven't done that.
We haven't yet.
Well, for various
reasons. We're trying to reconfigure a few things.
Yeah. So, but a lot of our favorite shops have gone back online. I know, like the Yarn Enabler and Cozy Knitter.
Yes, they've been doing a few things.
Yeah. And Zigzag Stitches, Catherine, she was online. So I went on and I happened to see this beautiful project bag. And I just thought, oh my gosh, it's, again, it looks kind of dull, but it's super bright pink.
Like fuchsia pink.
Fuchsia pink. Matches my hair. Here we go. See, it matches my hair.
Yeah.
And then the turquoisey blue color that's in here as well. And then and it has this amazing wrist.
Great
So yeah, it's a nice little wristlet. And I have walked around my house, if I'm going from one room to the next, I have stuffed everything in there. And a lot of times what I end up doing is I will take my knitting into the backyard and just sit outside and knit. And it's great for that because I can fit so much stuff in it. Anyway, the interior is this really pretty, very light one. And again, that's from Zigzag Stitches. That's Catherine. I'm going to hold it from this side. So she is amazing. And she's back online because the Canada Post strike has been put off. And so yeah, go in and see if you can find anything that you like there, because she has a really nice selection of things. The other thing I got, because it's something Sheila had from, I don't know if it was from Zigzag, but she has
from Bling Your String.
And I just thought, this is a kind of a good idea. So I saw this from Zigzag as well, and I just, oh my gosh, how cute is that?
A little notions holder.
I have a thing for birds. That's the other thing, is I have a lot of bird tchotchkes in my office at home, and I really like them. So, and then, you know, of course I called myself Magpie on for other things that I've used. So, you know, I love the idea of a magpie is that they like shiny things, and of course I love...
That's why they steal shiny things.
They steal shiny things. Well, I don't steal shiny things, but I love shiny things, and so, anyway, birds, and I just love that kind of Japanese, I think she calls it a Japanese print, and I love that kind of very stark, the dark background, the pretty floral branch, the bird, and then the other side is this gorgeous, gorgeous pink flower, and I just, oh my gosh, it's just so pretty. Mm-hmm. So, and then the pink zipper, which of course I love, and then this pretty, pretty fabric on the inside, and I am able to stuff in there. I have my little fold-up scissors, and I've got a pen, and I've got a little tape measure, and I've got my chibi thing, and look, it's green, so it matches the inside, and it matches my green birdie and everything. So it's just, anyway. So I put that in my new pink project bag, and I'm actually using my shawl. The shawl goes in there. My shawl goes in there. So I've got like my shawl, I've got 2 balls.
And your shawl. 2 balls in your shawl.
2 balls in my shawl. And my little notions pouch. Then I have tons of stuff in here. I mean, look at that. And then if I go out, like I said, if I go out in the backyard, I stick my cell phone in there. And I have my tracking, my Post-it note tracking thing. Yeah. Like it holds a ton of stuff, and I can walk around, and it's just, I love it. It's
a 2-ball bag.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm loving it.
And because we knew about this thing, we're both online, so here we are talking in Facebook.
On Facebook Messenger.
And we're like, well, what about this one? What do you think of this one? And so this is what I got.
This is what we ordered for Sheila.
I got myself another
Notions
pouch and another one. And I love this. It has yarn and lamb. That's so cute. And it's got the little animals, zucchini, and Jenny, whatever Jenny was. There was only part of her legs there, but the other side's got Jenny the
donkey.
Jenny the ass. That's a donkey. And then this side has another yarn, and then the fox. As you can see, I kind of and the X. I kind of like foxes because I have my little Finley fox right here that I made. I got Finley in one of the British knit magazines. Knit Now, I think it was in.
Yeah.
This was one of the kits.
Yeah, it's a fun magazine because very often they come with little tiny kits or little projects that you can work on.
Yes.
So keep an eye out for it because sometimes it's fun just to see what you're going to get.
So I got that one, and the inside is a nice
yellow polka
dot, pale sort of goldy beige.
Yeah.
And then this one, it's got a nice little green polka dot.
I love polka dots. I just love polka dots.
So
I think they're the same size as my project.
Yes, they are the same size. They are the same size. So, and then one of our friend, Jen, the yarn enabler.
No.
Sorry. Wrong one. Yarn therapist. She was having a sale. So we both ordered from her our yarn.
Oh, Jan, you have outdone yourself.
I know.
I am just madly in love with this.
Margaret's is called Purple Rain. And that's 2 skeins. She has a nice big skein winder, so she...
it's a speckle, and I have wanted to use a speckle for the longest time. Well, since I started, I've wanted to for a while, but since I started working on Pure Joy, because the pattern photo actually had a speckled yarn, I just thought, oh my gosh, that's just amazing. So I do want to make something with this. And when I look at it, it's just so pretty, and it's incredibly soft. Oh my gosh, it's soft. So it's actually more gray and a fuchsia purple. It's really pretty. Sorry, I keep twisting it the wrong way.
Yes, and that's how she ties. She
ties
them with the cloth measuring tapes.
Yeah, it's so cute. It's such a cute idea.
Which she says also come in handy because they're
fairly close to
they are real measuring tapes. So you can actually use it, keep it in your bag. It's a nice little light thing.
So
that's her card.
That's her card. Oh my gosh, I can't.
There you go, straight ahead. There.
Okay, so this is 80-10-10 merino cashmere nylon, 200 grams.
Or approximately 800 meters.
So I'm going to be making something awesome.
Yeah. Mine is called...
She's on Etsy if you are interested.
Yes, she is. On Etsy, she is the Yarn Therapist. On Instagram, she's yarn_therapist. I'm going to show you her card here. And it has her addresses at the top.
Yep.
So this one is Sunset on Westwood. It's enough for a shawl, and she's already attached. She says you pull from the center, so she's already attached the card with it ready to go from the center. So it's got beautiful, beautiful, like the yellow, pink. It's almost like a rainbow pinks, and then there's sort of there's a yellow, there's a bit of orange, and then it goes to a pink, and it goes to a darker pink, and then a purple, and then the blues, like the lighter blues, and then it goes to almost a tea, like a darker blue. It's just like the camera just does not do these justice at all.
It is so pretty, and she does. If you're interested, she does some Doctor Who
related
shawls,
like shawls, all
and
properly striped.
Yeah,
and she likes to do Fibonacci striping.
Yes, which like that's beyond me.
Yeah, and all shawl. It's all one ball, and it's all to knit up a shawl, and it all has all the colors. So there's a lot of earth tones.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's got some just beautiful. She's
really
like just to do all those. I just look at that. I'm just like, oh yeah.
That's just beyond me. I mean, I was an English major, so give me words, and I'm back doing freelance editing, so I work with words all the time.
Yes.
But numbers, I'm like, oh my gosh. It used to be really funny. All the editors would go out for lunch, and we'd have to try and figure out with the tax and the tip and everything, we'd have to figure out what the tip should be. And we were all, oh my gosh, we'd have to bring calculators because it's like, I'm a word person. It's like,
we're not math people.
We're not math people. Oh my gosh. So anyway, so it's very funny. And so Jan, I think she's like brilliant in the way she figures these things out and everything. So yeah, and then she just does some beautiful, beautiful colors. And this is, I can't wait to figure out something to make with this because it's just so pretty. And
look at this. Look at the fabulous bag. It's like a gold metallic bag.
It's all sparkly.
It's like, ooh, it's nice and shiny. We like shiny things.
Yeah.
So that was really nice. We hadn't seen her for a while, so it was nice seeing her. Nice she was able to get to knit night tonight.
Yeah.
So that's good. So that is going to go in my new bag till I figure out what I have a rough idea that what I'm going to do with it.
Ooh.
So yes.
Exciting.
Yes. Well, that pattern that you got for the other one, that other striped variegated shawl or the toned shawl.
Oh, the pendulum.
No, not the pendulum one. The one that you got with the other silk mulberry one, the purpley blue one. I think I want to use that pattern with it. Yeah, that'll be really nice. That's what I'm looking for.
I'll have to hunt that out.
Yeah. No, I have a copy of it. I think you gave me a copy of it.
Okay, great.
So that is pretty much what we have been doing.
Yeah.
As for, that's it for acquisitions.
Yes.
little bits. But one of the things we've been, I'm going to do a little bit of pod love. That's why I'm looking down. I'm looking at who it is. Okay, this way I'm going to name 3 new ones that I started watching, podcasts I started watching. Lynn of Sunshine and Bubblegum.
Yes.
Yes, she's done 2 episodes, so she should be doing her 3rd probably in the next week or 2.
Yeah.
Very, very nice lady. And then, what's the other one?
I love the name Sunshine and Bubblegum.
I know. She'll tell. It's a story about her and her sister. Her sister always used to call her Sunshine and Bubblegum. So So I think she's on Ravelry as well.
And Instagram.
As that
we follow her on Instagram.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then there's a new young gentleman in England, and it's Skeins in the Sky, Kieran.
Yeah.
And he is just, oh my goodness.
Gosh,
he's
talented.
like 17, I think.
Something.
Yeah, because he said he just had to finish writing his final exams before he goes into university over there. So he's 17. And he spins.
Yes.
He knits. Some of the
he
stuff
designs.
He designs things as well. He's
super
phenomenal.
Talented.
Yes. He's actually in Toronto right now as we speak.
Yeah.
But his mother brought him over here. I don't know if he had family. He was saying something about Toronto and maybe Kitchener is where he was possibly going. So, but what a brilliant young man.
Yeah.
Just absolutely brilliant. Yeah. And the 3rd one is Joanna of Stitching the High Notes, she's also known as Opera Jo
on Instagram.
So yes, So, and on Ravelry and things like that. So if you've heard of her, she's knit some phenomenal stuff, and she's also a real Comic-Con geek.
Oh, that's right. She's showing some really cool bags that she's got. Yes. Like Star Trek or something.
Yeah, she does. She sews some stuff.
Yeah, it's really cool. Really cool.
I know. She was, her last podcast, she was showing, I think it was like some sort of stormtrooper type outfit that, no, it wasn't, or it was the flight suit. I think it was a flight suit because it was like the bright orange with the white sort of backpacky, stripey, she's just ready to go. I think she's in Sacramento or San Francisco. She's in California though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've really enjoyed listening to hers.
Mm-hmm.
She's an opera singer and a classical singer. So she doesn't just sing opera, she also sings other things as well. So she's and our grandfather used to assist and train some opera singers over in Scotland.
Yeah.
So like that just sort of brought a little, look at that, I have to check her out sort of thing. So
and when Sheila was young, she did piano lessons and singing lessons.
Yeah. I've got a church choir voice, that's about it.
Yeah, and she's
tone deaf.
Sheila got from my mom's side, when she's talking about our grandfather, it was our mother's father.
Yeah.
So she got our mother's side of the musical talent, and I got my father's side, which is no musical talent.
Yes.
So
I know.
Whatever.
Quite the funny story about you when you were a teenager.
Oh my gosh.
Sitting in her room and we used to have headphones.
Back in the day when you used to have headphones and you'd try and listen to your records.
And our parents never wanted to listen to
and they didn't want to hear any of the
anything.
Stuff that we and so I'd be sitting there singing
away.
And my mother came rushing into my bedroom.
Are you okay? Is everything all right?
Is everything okay? Because it was my singing, but she thought I was in pain and like moaning in pain, like
screaming.
So clearly, I'm not a singer.
So yeah, that I always love that's hysterical.
Doesn't stop me from singing in the car. Sing along. I always say when I'm driving and I sing, I think I sound exactly like.
Just like whoever you're singing with on the radio, right?
So
whoever
if I'm
singing with on the radio,
I like to think that I sound like Stevie Nicks.
Okay.
I don't, but I like to think
I don't even sound like Stevie Nicks. Yeah, I always say I have a church choir voice.
Yeah,
I don't. I'm pretty much like, if anything, possibly backup singer at best.
Oh my God.
Like then that's pretty far. That's pretty far fetched.
I remember one time being in church. It must have been at Christmas time, and I remember Irene and I sharing like this to sing.
Oh yeah,
and I remember I started singing. And I remember Irene just looking at me like
where the hell is that coming from?
What is that noise?
Yeah.
And then I saw the look on her face, and of course I started to laugh, and then she was laughing because she couldn't believe how awful I sounded.
Meanwhile, I'm the one that's in the choir singing.
Yeah. She
with her mother.
Sing a little bit, but I mean, Irene
could sing fairly well.
Yeah.
She didn't take the lessons, but she
had more musical talent than I had.
Excuse me.
So anyway, that was a funny story. Okay, so we're back. There was a little technical glitch. So what we wanted to talk about actually is that we have a lot of appreciation for the fact that we have over 100 subscribers already in just a few weeks. We are so appreciative, so we wanted to show our appreciation by having a little draw for some mini skeins. So we've already
drop one.
Yeah, so we've already made little balls of 10 grams.
Yep.
And all these really cute little balls. They're sock white yarns. And we just thought they'd be really sweet to have to give away. So we're thinking that we will open a thread on our Ravelry page. It's just going to be for fun. If you're interested, if you'd like to get
Win a few extra skeins for your cozy memory or sock toes.
Sock toes and cuffs, 10 grams each. There's probably something in there that would work for you. Sure. So we're going to open a Ravelry thread, and it's going to be just let us know what your favorite project is that you're working on this summer. Just because I think it'd be fun to see what people are working on, and also if you're interested, I think it would be a great way to see what everybody else is working on who's in our group. So if you haven't joined our Ravelry group, please go there and take a look and look for the thread. We'll have it separate from our episode thread.
Yes.
But yeah, we're just so overwhelmed and delighted.
Very much. It's just wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So go to our Ravelry page, Three Sisters Knit Podcast, and look for the question thread on what you're working on this summer, what your favorite project is, and we'll count all that. And so in about 2 weeks, we will do another podcast, and we will draw just a random comment. We will draw for someone to win about 8 mini skeins.
We'll lock the thread on
August
2nd.
2nd. And so we will, so if you want to post by then, that would be awesome.
Yeah, and we'd love to hear what your favorite thing you're working on this summer is.
Yes, and so I think that's it for us tonight.
Yes.
So thank you very much for joining us again.
Thank you.
We hope you stop by again.
Yes.
And
happy knitting, and be kind to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Night.
Night.